Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's your boy Astro, as you know. I'm here coming to you with a lively and provocative topic. We're here to discuss this young lady's natal chart. As you know, her story made major headlines around the world, pinning two big countries against each other for this one particular court case. If you don't know the backstory of this young lady's experience, she went on a trip to Russia. And apparently, she had a vape pen, one that had THC on it. And in that same thing was what the Russian courts had used against her. She was arrested in February at the Moscow airport. The custom officer said they found vape canisters containing cannabis oil in her luggage. And I know that scares a lot of you because a lot of y'all smoke vape pens. A lot of you smoke vape pens. And for somebody to get locked up, I know a lot of you be like, I just travel with my vape pen and all this other stuff and what have you. But for some apparent reason, the Russian court found this to be a violation. As you know, they just charged her with a 9-year sentence. I believe the reason why she chose to to say guilty was in the future possibility that she'll be transferred as a prisoner to the United States, where she will be freed from her charges. However, I have this strange and funny feeling that the Russian government does not want her to leave their country until her sentence is served. But what we're going to look at is we are going to look at her chart. That's right, we're going to take a look at her chart and see how all of this could possibly be in her natal chart. And they all were like, can't be so. No, no, no. It can't be like that. It may be different and so and so, you know. And when I tell y'all that the evidence astrologically is outstanding, I mean that in the literal sense. In the literal sense. I want to welcome you all to my channel. My name is Astro Einstein. If you're not familiar with who I am a clinical hypnotherapist and astrologer. Studied astrology for past 28 going on 29 years. That's right. I know I only look 29 years old, but I'm much more older than that. And a clinical hypnotherapist for the past 12, going on 13 years. But my passion is astrology and helping people to understand themselves. And if you like my content, just hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell button so that you won't ever miss another one of my videos. All right? So we're on to this young lady's chart. Now, as y'all can see, Brittney Griner is a very, very tall, slender lady. You know, and when you look at her compared to her wife, you know, she's pretty tall. There aren't a lot of how should I put it? Women her size on the earth. She's will be considered a giant or an anomaly. You know, she is pretty different. When you look at all of her videos or pictures with her next to the Russian soldiers and police officers, and you know, Russian women are naturally tall. She actually is taller than they are. And you say to yourself, wow, they chained up a giant. They got the giant. Oh my gosh. Not as only is she a giant, she's also a giant of a person. I'm going to share with you her chart so we can take a look at her chart. So, let's take a look at her natal chart. First and foremost, as you can see, based upon the time that I rectified, based upon events that took place in her life, you know, going and doing research on a person, you know, when they went to college, you know, when they went to high school, when they graduated, you know, when, you know, only if she shared, you know, their stories about her first girlfriend or, you know, if something happened to her life, is the way that you can actually rectify a chart. Now, you have to know astrology to that extent in order to rectify a chart or time of birth. I do not recommend that for somebody who is not an astrologer. Don't go doing charts on people's chart that you don't have no idea. Do not just say to yourself, wow, Spirit gave to me that she was born at 2:22 in the afternoon. You know, or she was born 3:33 in the afternoon, in the morning, you know, in the rising, you know. Do not find yourself doing that. You know, consult an astrologer or a very good astrologer with time rectification. It's another specialty that we as astrologers we use to see to or rectify a time to get a time of birth for a person. Now we're going to look at Brittney Griner's birth chart. She was born the 18th of October, 1990. In Houston, Texas. The rectification time that I got for this young lady was 9:14 a.m. 9:14 a.m. That brings our friend Brittney Griner to being a Scorpio rising. Now, we know this based upon her mom and her dad. As you can see, she was born on a new moon. The new moon is when the sun and the moon are very close to each other. They're in the same sign. She's born on a new moon. As you can see, moon is in Libra, sun in Libra, Mercury in Libra, Venus in Libra. She has a stellium in Libra. You know, let me break this down so it's smaller so I can take a look at what y'all are seeing at the same time. There you go. All right. So, Brittney Griner is a Scorpio rising. Based upon my rectification of time of birth, her ascendant will be in the 17th degree, 20th minute. And the 17th degree, if you look at the numerological placement of 1 plus 7 equals 8, which represents, you know, financial stability, strength and power, you know, just having money and finances that are natural for them, all right? Now, with that being said, this will put Brittney Griner ascendant in the second decant. Now, the first decant of Scorpio would be from 0 degrees to 10 degrees. That would be ruled naturally by Pluto. The second decant, which would be from, it's from 0 degrees to 19 degrees, 59 minutes. And from 20th degree to 29 degree, and 59 minutes is the second decan, which is ruled by what we would consider Pisces or Neptune. Neptune is the sign that, or the planet that rules escapisms. It rules spirituality. So in my mind, even though I've never met this young lady, I know that she is a very spiritual individual. How? Because when you look at her Neptune, it's sitting in her third house and Uranus. So this lady is a very much eccentric, very smart, and very spiritual human being. The way she speaks could be very, rebellious and also very spiritual at the same time. She also has Saturn in her third house. Okay? Normally, people who have Saturn in the third house, they take a longer time to speak as children. They're the ones who don't talk until they're like 2 years old. You just hear blah, 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 blah. That's normally a placement who have, Saturn in the third house. And then, primary school may be really hard for them because the third house represents a primary school. But that's just her backstory, all right? When it comes to her ascendant being in Scorpio, her ascendant, as you can see, this right here is called a part of fortune. An Arabic part. An Arabic part. That's the AP. And as you can see, her Arabic part has imprisonment on the 17th degree, 13 minutes, 10 seconds. Basically, based upon her chart, her ascendant conjunct her Arabic part imprisonment showed that this lady, even though she was a very good basketball player, because her Jupiter's in Leo, meaning she was very creative in it, and is very talented, and also would be known for some apparent reason. However, her ascendant is conjunct imprisonment, a part of fortune that could not be. You could not make this up. This could not be made up. In her ascendant, the ascendant literally in astrology tells you about how you're going to be known or seen in this world without you even knowing it. You don't feel that way. But this is how she will be seen in this world. Isn't this amazing? As somebody imprisoned. Now Pluto is conjunct her imprisonment and also ascendant, which means that this thing here is some karma that she's playing out. This is some karma that she is playing out. Okay? Pluto is a sign that rules control, obsession, criminality. Believe it or not, Pluto rules criminality. It rules hidden, underlined mafia and esoteric knowledge and wisdom, and it also rules sex as well. And as you can see, with that Pluto being here, this person, people will either love them or hate her. There's no in between when it comes to this young lady, Brittany Griner. When she played basketball, she was a powerhouse. The thing is, people they either feared her or they revered her. There was no in between when it comes to this young lady. With her Pluto being in the first house, this also would mean that, her aura, her energy will be felt way before she even reaches in front of you. All right? But believe it or not, Pluto also rules criminality. Okay? But we're going to get back to this area because a part of fortune is conjunct her Pluto. We're going to get back to that. Let's take a look at her Sun, her Moon, her Mercury, and her Venus. Now, her Sun is in the sign of Libra. Now, no disrespect to all Libra suns. The Sun is not comfortable in the sign of Libra, and in the sign of Aquarius. Those two signs, the sun does not feel comfortable in it at all. It's because those are the signs that are opposite is dignity and is exaltation. All right? The sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. So opposite to where it is exalted is where it is in, that's right, fall. So it is in fall in the sign of Libra, which means that there is something that may happen, or there's something about this physical body or something of this person that may, most Libra sons, because of there may be a misplacement of the father figure that they would like to be. They could maybe have their father figure on a pedestal, or the father figure may not be in their life like how they would want them to be. Now, this right here has their moon conjunct their sun. So if y'all don't know, Brittany Griner is, as you can see, the pictures that we showed earlier, is a married woman. She's a married woman. But also the 12th house, believe it or not, represents hospitals, asylums, and guess what else? Prison. That's right. The 12th house also rules prison. Okay? And with her son being in the 12th house, that means that, this person, she may be an escapist. Was she smoking just vape? Probably not. Maybe she had a lot of escapisms based upon her Mercury and Venus and her moon and her sun in the 12th house. This lady was very much spiritual, to the point where she possibly could receive information from higher self, higher source. This person is very psychic. Brittany Griner, despite her understanding, may be more psychic than she even give herself credit for. Not only is she just psychic, she also has the possibility of loving unconditionally. Venus is very much exalted. Is comfortable in the sign of Libra. Traditional astrology have Venus to be the ruler of Libra. And Venus is actually accidentally exalted in the 12th house. So Brittany Griner is a loving person in a relationship, probably helpless romantic, and when she loves really, really hard. That makes her Venus very, very exalted. Her Mercury is in the 12th house and in the sign of Libra, conjunct the Venus, conjunct moon, conjunct sun. That makes this person the ability to have very clear and vivid dreams. There's no doubt in my mind that this young lady knew that she would be locked up. You want to know how I know this? Because her 9th house, which actually rules foreign places, foreign cultures, foreign countries, has Cancer on it. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. And her moon, guess where? Is sitting in the 12th house. That is not the strangest part about it. It is not. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. And we're going to get to this. All right? When you look at the planet Neptune, Neptune also rules escapisms. It rules Neptune and rules Pisces, and rules escapisms, it rules spirituality, it rules self-undoing. And as you can see, her Neptune is in Capricorn. All right? And Capricorn rules the government. Her Neptune is conjunct her, is in the sign of Capricorn and in the 3rd house. Capricorn rules the government, it rules your business, it rules your image, your integrity. But look what's next to her Neptune. As you can see, this thing says lawsuits. Lawsuits in connection to anything to do with the other side of the law when it comes to Neptune. You see, lawsuits don't have any barrier on it. You know, it could have been because of a spiritual reason or a spiritual practice that she was doing in another country that could have brought her in possible problems with the government of that country. That's right. Based upon this Arabian part being conjunct Neptune, there was a possibility that she would have a lawsuit or go to court based upon escapisms. Okay? Now, we already know that her career, based upon her sun, based upon MC being in Leo and Jupiter being in Leo, that this person would really and truly be somebody great. We would call the greats. Jupiter is the planet that rules the guru, all right? And she has her Jupiter in Leo, which normally gives a lot of what I would say attention. Okay? Attention is normally drawn when you have Jupiter in Leo. It's either you gain it yourself or society gives it to you. And as you can see, with Jupiter in the 10th house, which is naturally ruled by the government, government is ruled by the 10th house, is also here. So let me bring it to speed. Saturn is the natural ruler of Capricorn. Capricorn is the natural ruler of the 10th house. So anything in the 10th house will have Capricorn energy. All right? Okay. All right. Now, with her Jupiter being in the 10th house, it would show that at the end of the day, let's take a look. We'll see how lucky her Jupiter is. Because her Jupiter is in Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun. And her sun is in Libra. And the sun is not comfortable in Libra. And it's sitting in the 12th house of past lives, of connecting with source, but also escapisms, hospitals, asylums, and prison. For some apparent reason, I just have this strange and wonderful feeling that after she comes back to the United States of America, she's going to be exalted. As a matter of fact, I feel as if she is going, well, she can't win anything against the Russian government because the government already made its stance. But in the country that she's actually a part of, she is going to be exalted. She is going to be exalted based upon Jupiter being in her 10th house. She's going to be loved and cheered for by millions and millions of people. How do I know this? Is because when you look at her north node, her south node is in Leo. And her north node is in Aquarius in the 4th house. And the 4th house rules home, lineage. It rules, where you were born. It rules your family. And with her north node in Aquarius in the 4th house, this is telling me that she went through this for an apparent reason. That reason goes beyond anything. And not only just that, it's to make a change, because Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius in their government system and information. Third house rules information, and Capricorn rules the government. With her chart, she's also going to cause the United States of America to make sudden law changes based upon her experience in Russia. All right? Basically, she chose that path to experience that. Okay? She chose that path to experience what y'all are seeing today. Even though we may have this very sad outlook about Brittany Griner, her higher self chose this path as what I would consider a sacrifice for the masses. You see, Aquarius rules the masses. And as you can see, her story is hitting the internet and social media, which is naturally, also ruled by Aquarius and Uranus. Okay? The crazy part about her chart also is that Brittany has Dark Moon Lilith in Sagittarius, which rules foreign places, foreign cultures, and Dark Moon Lilith representing, your hidden side, your shadow side, is sitting in her second house. I truly still believe that she will win some money based upon being in her story. Because also Sagittarius rules publishing, writings. Not only will she make money off of her writings, but also her partner, her wife, a marriage partner, is also going to make money of writing a book about their relationship, about what she went through. Based upon this chart, I could see and predict that they both will make a killing off of the stories that they're going to tell about their experience in Russia. Right. Now, looking at this chart, I know we may feel sorry. I know we may say Russia is just, taking advantage of the fact that the USA or the United States of America won't press anything strongly because of this war situation in Ukraine. But when you look at her chart, you can tell that her higher self chose this. And this is out of karma, y'all. I don't want you to slip and think that this isn't out of karma. According to her Arabian part, it may be widely spread. I like to use between 2 to 3 orbs when it comes to Arabian parts. Okay? But according to her chart, ascendant conjunct Pluto, this young lady, now there are people who have this placement, but this young lady have karma when it comes to her physical body, being controlled. Most people who have this placement have a fear of being controlled because the first house rules the physical body and Pluto rules fear. It also rules control. Okay? One of her fears is actually being locked up and imprisoned. One of her fears was being locked up and controlled. There's a beautiful story to this, though, because her part of fortune is exactly conjunct her ascendant, exactly conjunct her Pluto, which means that through her imprisonment, through her experiencing being controlled, she will have a sense of fulfillment. She will literally fulfill her purpose. So even though also there is also a small chance of Brittany Griner wanting And if I was the prison officers, I would put her on suicide watch. If I was her prison officer, I would put her on suicide watch. The reason why I said that is because all of these placement in the 12th house is the sign that rules self-undoing. And Pluto representing death, and the first house representing self, could also be an indication that this person may try to kill herself or be hurt or harmed in prison. There is a strong possibility for that being there. But if she survives, if she doesn't focus on all the things that is happening to her, don't feel like a prisoner, don't feel as if she is a strong victim, then this will turn out to be her part of fortune. Alrighty. So, as we conclude the story of Brittney Griner, we know if I was, and I've been doing this for quite some time, and I would literally put her on suicide watch. I would literally make sure that she's okay. If I was a family member, I would try to call, I would be there supporting her. Oh, she needs a lover. She needs her loved ones, her marriage partner, her family members, and like you said earlier, all of the LGBT community, all of y'all, to support her, to be there behind her. Because this is not an easy feat. She has a lot of placements that deals with self-undoing and suicide placements. I want to tell you why I said that. I'm going to share one more placement while I'm looking at it so you can see why I said that. All right. So her Mars is the sign that rules also, metals, aggression. And she has a Mars in Gemini. Now, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And a Mercury is in the 12th house of self-undoing. The 8th house rules death. Okay? The 8th house rules death, sex, regeneration, transformation. If she doesn't take this transformation very seriously, it's Mars placement. Especially with Gemini ruling hands. It's telling me that this young lady could possibly hurt herself. All right, through her hands. So that is why I stated that. And also note that her wife was a lover from a previous lifetime. And also, to some degree, fated. As a Taurus descendant, which represents the marriage partner, 7th house rules marriage partners, she has Taurus on her 7th house. And Taurus is ruled by Venus. Her Venus is in Libra and in the 12th house. The 12th house rules past lives, connection to source. This young lady, her marriage partner, her wife, was a past life lover. Not only was she a past life lover, but she also was a sibling in previous lifetimes. She was a mother. She was a father. They shared many, many lifetimes together. This is a test of feeling separated from their connection, their partnership, their commitment to each other. So this is for basically both of them. It is a very strong lesson to have to face in this world. And now you all know the story of Brittney Griner and how her chart literally speaks about being imprisoned in a foreign country for narcotics. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for being here, for listening. You know, you come and spending this time with me as I break down certain charts. I want to thank my team. Also, I want to thank my tribe, the ones in the green, you're always supporting. And for those who aren't members, for exclusive um, classes, you can join the membership as a cosmic soul. And in that cosmic soul, you'll be able to see very exclusive videos that nobody else has the opportunity to see. And also be taught astrology personally by me. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all have a wonderful day. It was amazing. I'll chat with you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.